What's up guys, so you want to study programming? Let's hear. Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to look into the operator in C programming. So what is operator? Operator is a symbol that operated on an operand, on a value or a variable. So for example, plus, the plus sign is an operator to perform an addition. C programming has a wide range of operators, and that's what we're going to look into today. In C programming, there are 7 types of operator. So the first one is arithmetic operator. For arithmetic operator, it composed of plus, minus, and then the multiplication symbol and also the division. Increment, decrement is one of the operator in C programming. Is make use of plus, plus and minus. So it means like you add it for one more thing or subtract it for one more thing. The third kind is assignment operator. Assignment operator is the equal sign, which is used to assign the value from the right hand side to the left hand side. We also have relational, logical, conditional, bitwise operator, and special operator. So let's get started with arithmetic operator. An arithmetic operator performs mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or numerical value. Either it is constant or variable. So for example, the plus sign represents addition or unary plus, and then the minus sign represents subtraction or unary minus. For the asterisk, which we should be getting used to now, is used for multiply, and division is for the forward slash, and the percentage sign is used as, and we also have this modulation symbol, which is used to find the remnants of the mathematical operation. So now let's go to Daisy's plus and then hold Control N to create a new sheet to write an arithmetical operators example. So let's get started. For any of the C program, you will have to include one thing, which is a library, and this is really useful because it helps you to include the necessary function in order to compile our C program. So you have to type #include stdio.h, which will tell the compiler to look for the library name stdio, and then you have to type the main function, which is main. Now let's try the addition operators. You have to declare two variables, which one is a, int a, which, as we look into the previous tutorial, the int is an integer, and we have two variables here, a and b. Prints. Then you assign 10, and then b 25. You print, and then you have c here, which is a plus b. Let me declare one more variable first. So what you will doing here, that will be printing %d, which is of type integer, and then print c. And when you're done typing this, just press F11 or go to this symbol. It will say compile and run. So just shortcut press F11. You have to save it. Save it in type of C source file, and then choose a particular place to save it. Oh, see, if you type something with an error, the compiler will tell you what is the error with. So you look through here It's a missing terminating double quote character, which is right here. Yes, of course. And you press enter. So just as you know, 10 plus 25 is already 35, which is what we already know in math class. So you can try many more, even like the minus sign, or yeah. So for minus, what do you think it will display? True, it will display minus 15. We know that, right? You can try multiplication as well. All the operator that I showed you earlier, you can use it here. So now let's move to increment and decrement operator. C program has two operator, increments plus plus and decrement plus plus. These operators are used to change the value from operand by 1. So you can either increase it by 1 or decrease it by 1. Increment plus plus increase the value by 1, whereas minus decrease the value by 1. They are called unary operator, meaning they only operate on a single operand. So let me just show you here. So as in the example, you have the variable a of type integer, and it is assigned to 10, and b assigned it to 100, and also float data type c, which is assigned to 10.5, and d 100.5. So you want to increment a plus plus right here. So you increment it by 1. So what do you think is the output? Let's just note it down on your notebook. And then now minus b decrement, which is b minus minus, and then c plus plus, d minus minus. Keep in mind that they are of different data type. This one is integer and this one is floats, but they all kind of work similarly. So now let's see the output of this program. True, the a plus plus will be 11, b will be 99, and then so on and so on. Now let's move to assignment operator. Assignment operator is used to assigning a value to a variable. The most common assignment operator is the equal sign, and then the another one is minus equal, and then plus equal, and also asterisk equal, the forward slash equal, and then also modulation and equal. So this assignment operator is just like used as a shortcut or a shorthand typing for us to make the program easy to make it. We don't have to spend a lot of time to type. So let's look at an example. For the example here, we have the variable a, which is of type integer and is assigned to 5, and also c. So we assign the value of a to c, and we're trying to print c. So for this output statement, it will exactly print 5. And now we're trying to have c plus equal a. So just as the command right here, it shows that c minus equal a, it is exactly the same as c equal c plus a. So you can guess right here. What is the value of c right now? That would be 10, because a here is 5, and then c here is also 5 because it get value right here. So for c right here, it's 10. It works the same way as in this case and also this case. So just for this one, it will become 5 again, because the c right here possess the value, the c from the c right here. C right here is 10, and a is still 5 the same. So 10 minus 5, it's become 5. And you can see the output, just like I said, the first one is 5, the second one is 10, and then 5. And you can Look at this example and practice it yourself. Another kind of operator in C programming is relational operator. A relational operator checks the relationship of two operands. If the relation is true, it returns 1. If the relation is false, it returns 0. So in all of the programming language, if the condition is true, it always return 1, and for false, it will return the value of 0. So the same here. The relational operator are used in decision making and loop in C programming. Equal is equal to. So it's actually one common mistake for people to think that one equal sign is equal, but actually if you want to have the variable compare or to check them and to see if it's equal or not, you have to use two equal signs. If you only use one, it means you want to assign a value instead. So here, equal is the meaning of it is equal to. So for example, you have 5 equal to 3. So this is wrong because 5 is not equal to 3. So therefore it will return 0. And the greater than, less than, and this one is not equal to. So let's look at the example. 5 not equal to 3. As a common sense, we know that it's not the same. So it will return 1, which is true. It's really not the same. And this one is greater than or equal to. So you have to use the right angle bracket and then equal sign. And also we have less than or equal to. So we will see the example of relational operator. Right here we have 3 variables a, b, c of type integer, and so we have 5 to a and then 5 also to b and 10 to c. We're trying to print the value of a to check whether or not it will be true or false. So a here equal to percentage d, which is b. It will print the value of b, and then equal to percentage d, which is a equal to b. So what is the output of this thing? Keep in mind that a is 5 and b is also 5. So it will return true. You see the output, 1 is true. And then for here, we're trying to print the either or not a is equal to c. Now a is 5 and c is 10. So sure, it will print false. So what is the number that will represent either true or false? That is 0, right? Yes. And so these are more examples for you to practice on your own, and then to see how relational operator really works. So you have to try it, and then go to Dev C++ and type this thing in, examine it. You see right here, this is output, and I will post it on the internet so that you can get it to practice on your own as a document. Now we have another operator, which is logical operator. What are they? An expression containing logical operator return either 1 or 0, depending upon whether expression result is true or false. So it's quite similar to the relational operator which we had just looked on earlier. Logical operators are commonly used in decision making in C programming. So we have ampersand and ampersand. This is a logical AND. True only if all of the operands are true. So example, if C is 5, D is 2, then C equal to 5, which is C equal to 5, and D is greater than 5. Is it true or not? Well, it is 0 because it's not true. C it is true, but D bigger than C is not true. So it will return to the 0. And then we have the OR operator. It's true only if one operand is true. So if you have two operands right here and right here, So if this one is true but this one is false, then they will be still true. You see right here, if 5 is assigned to C and then 2 assigned to D, if C equal to 5, which is true, or D is greater than 5, which is this one is false, but it still returns true because it's OR. And logical not, true only if the operand is 0. If C is 5, for example, expression not C equal to 5 equal to 0, because it's false. C is not equal to 0. And now we have the example right here, and you can go on the first and practice on your own. Let's move to another kind of operator now. We have the bitwise operator. During computation, mathematical operands like addition, subtraction, and then division are converted to bit level. What is bit level? Bit levels is 1 and 0, which make processing faster and also save the power. Bitwise operators are used in C programming to perform bit level operations. Now you have the bitwise AND, which is the ampersand sign, and the bitwise OR. You have also bitwise exclusive OR, and then bitwise complement, shift left, and shift right. So we will be looking into deeper in the bitwise operators in later tutorial. And we have the comma operator. Comma operator are used to link related expression together. For example, like what we have used before, variable A, C, and D, and we separate them by a comma. The sign of operator. Sign of operator is a unary operator which returns the sign of the data, either it's constant, variable, array, or structure. Example here. So you have A, E of type integer, B of type float, C of type double, and then D of type character. So you want to return the type of integer, then you put type of right here, A. So what is the type of integer? That is 4 bytes. So here it will return 4. Then let's see the output. True, it will return 4. For float, the type of its data type for one variable, that will be 4 bytes, and then the double, which is float, is 8 bytes, and then character 1 byte. Integer type of array having 10 elements, that would be 40, because for one integer it needs 4 bytes. So 10 would be equal to 4 multiplied by 10. That would show you 40. Now let's look at the last kind of C programming operator, which is ternary operator. Ternary operator work on 3 operands and is act like a condition for the compiler to check either true or not. If it's true, then it will execute on the first operand, and then if not, then it will execute on the expression 2 right here. So if the condition is true, it will go here, else it will go to this one. So just like I said before, you can read it right here. So an example of this would be right here. So we have February of type character and days of type integer. So you print right here. If this year is leap, which means it can divide it by 4 into 1. If not, enter any integer. So if it's not divided by 4, then you can enter any integer. So then you will enter one character right here, and then it will scan. So the scanf function, it will get the input from the user, and it is defined in this library stdio.h. So right here, day, February equal to 1. So it check right now. Do you see if it really equal to 1 or not? So after getting the input from the user, then it will check the condition right here. So the input right here, if it is equal to 1, then it will return 29. But if it's not equal to 1, then the condition is false. So where it will go? It will go to 28. And either of these value will be assigned to days. And then you have printf statement right here. It will print either 29 or 28 respectively. Yeah, and that just is as if what I had explained earlier. Other operands such as the ampersand, which is reference operator, and then the asterisk, which is the reference operator, and also the minus and then right angle bracket member selection operator will be discussed in C pointer, and I will talk about it more deeper into it because it's related to pointer and also. So see you in my next video.